Okay, hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Jessica Silvana Marin Gonzalez. I am doing a video about um, about why we all need to practice emotional first aid. This video is because I missed the last class for tax on elementary excuse me, in English number 7. So I have 5 minutes to talk about it. So okay, I'm going to start. Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Silvana Marin. I am a student at Lilei Adunat. So today I'm going to talk about a TED talk by Guy, which call it "Why We All Need to Practice Emotional First Aid." In this talk, Win shows us that we often treat our body with care when we are injured, but we ignore our emotional wounds. For example, rejections, long lines, failure, and that is a serious problem. Um, I had a principles ideas, or so I'm going to explain you what I talk about it. The first idea is Winch argued that emotional injuries are real injuries and deserve care. He asked why know how to treat a cut or a broken arm, but how taught us how to treat emotional pain. The second idea is he highlights loneliness, rejection, and failure as common psychological wounds. For example, he says that chronic loneliness raise your risk of early death by 40% of similarity to smoking. And the idea three is he offers strategies we need to do emotional hygiene. Things like addressing rejection by reaffirming ourselves, stopping ruminations, showing up our negative thoughts, protecting our self-esteem, and reaching out when we feel lonely. So there are some ideas that I took to the video, and I want to talk about it. For me, as an English student of Lilei Adunat, I realize that when I fail at a speaking exercise or feel rejected because my classmates speak better than me, but and sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough for the speaking, and I try to avoid to speak. That is exactly what we were about it. If we believe the negative thought, we stop trying. So I think this talk reminds me to treat those feelings as real injuries instead of giving up. Or, for example, I can say to myself, I'm improving and mistakes are part of learning. Um, the other things is that if we feel lonely, for example, in the case of we, because we are in we don't study in a classroom, but we study in our house. When you are studying alone, you can reach out to a friend or join a study group rather than staying isolated. When I fail on attacks, I will not ruminate on it for hours. Instead, I will distract myself for a short time. This is one of the things that distractions I had. I think that I had to learn it again, and I have to practice more things or more emotional first aid and build resilience. Um, what more for conclude or for finish this video. I think that the emotional injuries are real and they matter. By practicing emotional first aid in our life, in our work, in our with our friends, with everything that it's around us, we treating our mind like we treat our body. We can avoid long-term damage, increase our well-being, and perform better in our life in all the contexts. I think that we can talk. It's very relevant for the students, teachers, and ongoing learning. Another thing that is very important is For example, at the schools, the government told us that we have to make a topic or make a class about emotional first aid. I think so that is really important because help us to better tools for students, for teachers, and for all the context. So thank you so much for watch this video. I hope that you understood everything. Bye.